Hello everyone, Luke Smith here. More neal.fun games. Let us do, where was we? We're going to do 3 per video, I think. Internet artifacts. This is going to be the first one. Okay, internet artifacts. You may now touch the artifacts. Okay, here we go. Let me just get rid of this privacy thing. Map of something. Oh, this is basically showing you like what the artifacts are and what years, like 1977. This is a map of ARPANET, precursor to the internet, showing the 111 computer terminals connected to the network in 1977. Jesus. Trust me, it is trillions now. it's like so many now. Next artifact, 1982, the first spam email. I can't believe like the internet started in the late 70s. The first spam email was sent by Gary Thurrock, a marketing manager for the Digital Equipment Corporation. Thurrock, I think I'm saying that right, sent the email to 320 recipients on the ARPANET, advertising the product presentation of the new System 20 mainframe computers. The reaction to the email was overwhelmingly negative. One user claimed it broke his computer system, and the US Defense Communications Agency called his company to complain. He claims he sold $13 to $14 million worth of mainframe computers through the campaign. The term spam would not be used until years later, after being inspired by a Monty Python sketch. Oh wow. And this is like the email. Jesus. Okay, that's funny. That is funny. Alright, 1983. The first smiley. The first recorded use of a smiley on the internet came in 1982, when computer scientist Scott Fafleman proposed the use of smiley face and frowny face to distinguish between jokes and serious posts online. The proposal came in response to a post on the Carnegie Mellon University bulletin board, where a student joked that there would be a mercury spill in the physics department elevator. Other students missed the context for the joke and thought a spill actually occurred. The smileys were slowly adapted throughout Carnegie Mellon, throughout the university, and later to the broader internet. Damn. The first troll, in other words. Alright, the next one, which is 1983. Hacker's Dictionary. Hacker's Dictionary, also known as the Jargon File, was a collection of hacker terminology, jokes, and folklore from the early internet. It became an essential reference for hackers and computer scientists, and helped shape early online culture. First created in 1973 by Raphael Finkel at Stanford AL Lab, the dictionary quickly spread to MIT and eventually to the broader internet community. It became a collaborative effort as hackers and computer scientists crowdfunded new editions of the dictionary to reflect the ever-changing culture. See, like this has like great importance, like to today's internet world. To be fair, 1985. Usenet news groups, developed by Tom Truscott and Jim Ellis. Usenet was dubbed the poor man's ARPANET because it was more accessible to the average person. The network allowed allowed users to post messages and articles in a different topic specific news groups. Using it had no central authority. Instead, news servers exchanged articles and each other to at set interview in or with each other at set intervals. Platform quickly evolved beyond its initial focus on technical topics, expanding to host news groups ranging from music to philosophy. By 1985, around 375 articles was posted a day on Usenet and over 100 active news groups. The network helped shape the internet's culture, popularizing the terms like FAQ, flame wars, and spam. See, like I said, like all this has got great importance, like how social media started and things started today. 1987. So, can I click on it? I'm not going to because it might be copyrighted music. The first MP3, first ever MP3 was the cappella version of Tom Diner by Suzanne Vega. Carl Hertz Battenberg, who worked on the MP3 format, used the song as a benchmark to see how the compression algorithm would handle the human voice. Instrumental music has been easier to compress, but Vega's voice sounded distorted and unnatural in the early versions of the format. Battenberg would end up making hundreds of tweaks to the MP3 compression algorithm to make Vega's voice clearer. He would later even get to meet Suzanne Vega and hear her song performed live. Bloody hell. I wonder if she's still going. Like, obviously, like, still alive. I don't think she's making music anymore. Right, 1988. Oh, there we go. Morris Worm. I've heard of this before. I've definitely heard of this. November 2nd, 1988. A computer worm was released onto the internet, created by Robert Tappan Morris, a 23-year-old Cornell University graduate student who was designed as an experiment to measure the internet size, but a programming error caused it to propagate wildly. Within 24 hours, close to 10% of the 88,000 computers on the internet were disabled. After learning that his experiment has gone away, Morris asked a friend to anonymously relay an apology and instructions for removing the worm to internet users, but ironically, those most impacted didn't get the message because of the damage the worm did to the network. Morris became the first person convicted under the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act. Fucking hell. Alright, let's read the next one. If it will go on. My computer's a bit funny today. I really don't know why. There you go. Thank you. 1988. David Rhodes. David Rhodes Cane Letter. Oh, cane letters. Jesus Christ. One of the earliest cane letters to spread on the internet was titled "Make Money Fast." It promised readers that they would receive $50,000 in cash after 60 days if they followed the given instructions. The letter worked like a pyramid scheme, where each person had to pay those before them. It quickly spread through email and Usenet groups after being posted by an unknown creator in 1988. Many variations of the letter would spread with titles like "Make Beer Fast," making it early internet meme. Yeah, it's things like now you got like these survey scams that basically loop and they don't do anything. It basically like harvests your data. So it's a bit shit really. Internet relay chat, created by that person as a side project while working at the University of Finland. IRC, or Internet Relay Chat, was a text-based communication protocol that lets users chat in real-time group conversations known as channels. It's basically Discord. The initial server consists mostly of Jericho's friends, but the protocol server slowly spread when others started hosting their own servers. Other schools, like Oregon University, also started using the protocol, but by mid 1989, around 40 servers existed worldwide, and it was adopted by early internet communities as a chat alternative to message boards. That's the thing, it's like live chat. It's like, again, that exists today and it's like free. 1989, the earliest LOL, the algorithm LOL, made its first documented appearance on the internet in a FidoNet newsletter. FidoNet was a network on the BBSs, or bulletin board systems. Messages were transferred over phone calls during off-peak hours to minimize toll costs. This edition of the FidoNet newsletter attempts to catalogue the increasing number of emoticons and algorithms that were spreading on the network at the time. It also contained conversations that never really caught on, like ODM or On the Move. All the that's the thing, because it's like this all started, like emojis and stuff basically started in the 80s. It's amazing. Oh, America Online. Jesus Christ, here we go. AOL dial-up. Oh, fuck, I love this. America Online debuted in 1991 and quickly became the largest dial-up service provider. The screen start and iconic dial-up sound made people's first introduction to the internet. Dial-up internet worked by using the existing telephone's infrastructure. Modems connected in a similar way up to phone conversations, with dial-up sound serving as a handshake between machines. The dial-up sound was a choreographed dance of beeps and boops that exchanged all the information needed to connect the network. This is like our first introduction to like the internet mainly.
You've got mail.
I'll still fucking love that. Sometimes it didn't work and you have to do it again, but it really depends if anyone was on your phone at the time. First website in March 1989. Tim Berners-Lee wrote the initial proposal. This is going to be the only video today, by the way. It's not going to be 3 little ones. This one's taken so long. Proposal for the World Wide Web, envisioning it as a universal link information system to help researchers share information. In December 1990, he launched the world's first website, info.churn.ch. The site featured details about the www project, introducing an explanation of the hypertext and instructions for setting up a web server. Tim Berners-Lee created the first web browser called World Wide Web to display the site. He hosted the first website on Next Computer, attaching a handwritten note to the computer. This machine is the server. Do not power it down. Yep. I can actually interact with these things. Didn't know that. Yeah. It's like the first website. Jesus. Early web photo. Les Horrible's Cornets. One of the first photos uploaded to the World Wide Web was Les Horrible's Cornets, an all-female band founded by employees of the CERN. Le Band, whose name pays homage to the world's largest particle accelerator, sang a parody pop songs with lyrics like "You'll never spend nights with me. You only love your collar." The band was based out of the same lab where the internet was invented, and Tim Berners-Lee was such a fan that he uploaded this photo to the first website. The band later said the picture was one of those that changed the web, from a platform for physics documentation to a media for our lives. Jesus, that's the thing. What happened? Yeah, just because the picture. It is amazing. It is really good. 1993, the first webcam. The first webcam was set up in the Trojan room of the computer laboratory at the University of Cambridge. Its lens focused on a coffee pot. Researchers created the feed so they could check out the coffee pot status without leaving their desks. The lazy bastards. Initially, a program called X Coffee had to be downloaded to watch the stream, but in 1993, the black and white feed, which only had a frame rate of 3 frames per minute, that's slow by the way, was made available on the web. Millions of people ended up watching the coffee maker online through the 90s. Oh dear, it's like, again, it is cool, like how it's all started. Severe tyre damage. On June 24th, 1993, Severe Tyre Damage became the first band to live stream a concert on the internet. What, at 3 frames per minute? The little known rock band performed on the patio of Xerox something in California, using the Mabone Internet multicast backbone to broadcast a video that was watched live as far as Wales, Australia. As one viewer remarked, to quote all the people who said Woodstock, "I was there remotely." The band subsequently began live streaming every Wednesday night. Viewers of the weekly streams could change the camera angle, adjust the audio mix, and even control the fog machine in the band's basement. How was he able to do all that back in the 90s? Like, control stuff through your computer. I know you can do it here, because there's like Twitch, like programming, like depending on how the streamer set it up, you can like control, like in the game what can happen. But back then it must have been difficult. 94. What is internet anyway? In 1994, on the Today Show, anchors Katie Couric and Bryant Gumbel and Elizabeth Vegas pondered the nature of the internet, debating the meaning of @ and asking, what is internet anyway? At the time, only 20 million people worldwide were using the internet, and less than half of that was having an email account. Just 10 years after this show segment aired, the number of internet users would reach more than 1 billion. It's popular. It's like ridiculously popular.
Back now at 56 past, I wasn't prepared to translate that as I was doing that little...
I ain't got time. It's probably copyright. I need to get through this, by the way. PizzaNet. Launched by Pizza Hut in 1994, PizzaNet was the first online pizza delivery website and only was available for those in the Santa Cruz area. It was responsible for one of the first online web purchases, a large pepperoni and mushroom pizza with extra cheese. Despite making a cameo in the 1995 Sandra Bullock movie Lynette, PizzaNet grew slowly. After customers ordered food and drink on the site, the nearest Pizza Hut would confirm each one by phone, leading the LA Times to dub the idea as half-baked. So they have to call you up to confirm. Oh dear, and this is what you have to do, like putting your name, your street address. And there was only one pizza that they did for this one. It's like, yeah. Justin's links from the underground. Created by 19-year-old Justin Hall, Justin Links from the Underground was one of the earliest blogs initially started to post cool links he found online. Justin began sharing intimate details of his life, including stories about childhood, drug experiences, and love life. Within a year, the blog had 27,000 daily readers, more than the publication Hotwired. When he was an intern, he began an early internet celebrity and blogged about the struggles of internet fame. Justin also became an early activist for blogging, creating free tutorials on HTML so others could make their own blogs. It's like the first ever blog. Jesus Christ. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Yahoo! Here we go. Yahoo was created by Gary Yang and David Fayot, two Stanford graduate students. Initially just lists of interesting links called Gary's Guide to the World Wide Web. It took off when they created the program and combined them. Once the guide started getting 50,000 daily hits, they realized that they need a better name and rebranded it to Yahoo, an algorithm for yet another hierarchy organized oracle. So that's what it stands for. Initially, the two programmers manually added links, but as the web grew, they hired full-time surfers to browse and categorize the internet. Eventually, 1,000 sites were being added a day. They later pitched the site to investors, TV Guide to the Internet. Again, this is like AOL. It's like just like AOL. And Yahoo is still used today. White House page in 1994. The Clinton administration launched the first ever White House homepage. The pioneering site featured a guest book, an option to email the president, I bet you can't now, and a virtual tours of the White House. The rollout was successful, although initially delayed to find images and audio of Socks the cat. The first family pet. Although only 1 in 10 Americans had access to the internet at the time, the number of visitors to the White House website more than tripled annually throughout Clinton's tenure. A mock-up of the White House homepage was allegedly handed out by Clinton himself to put pressure on the agencies lagging behind the digital space. GeoCities. Launched in 1994, GeoCities was a website hosting services with a unique twist. Instead of just hosting websites, the site consisted of virtual neighborhoods that let users decide where to set up their page. There was a Hollywood neighborhood for fan and celeb sites, and Area 51 for science fiction and fantasies. GeoCity had an interactive 2D map allowing users to navigate through these virtual spaces. For new internet users, this virtual representation of the real world helped make the complexities of the internet more understandable and fun. It created an easy way to discover new content, and people gave their first virtual home on the internet, kind of like Google Maps in a way. Kind of. Frogcam. Created by two graduate students from San Francisco State University, Frogcam is celebrated as the longest running webcam. Originally set up as an experiment to provide slice-of-life views of the campus, it quickly became a beloved fixture of the early internet. At one point, the webcam has even had a chat room where users could discuss the weather. The webcam was almost shut down in 2019. Bloody hell, it was going for a long time. But a public outcry kept it alive. It's now been streaming for 29 years. The same I don't know. Would they have been updated it with a better camera? I don't know. That's probably had some downtime in the past for like maintenance, though, isn't it? I'm pretty sure. 95, the first Amazon order. Wait, Amazon started in the 90s? Well, I think so, yeah. 3rd of July 1995, John Wainwright ordered the first item on Amazon.com. Douglas Hofstadter's book, Fluid Contempts and Creative Analogies. A friend of his, the first Amazon employee, had invited him to a beta launch of Amazon.com. Wainwright thought the items would be free and was surprised when they took my credit card and charged it. That's Amazon for you. Amazon would later name a building after Wainwright on their corporate campus to commemorate the sale. He still has the packing slip. Oh fucking hell! List for $24.99. Alright, eBay auction website. Yeah, I fucking remember eBay. Created by 28-year-old Penny Omadar, I think. Auction Web was an early e-comments platform that let people list an item for sale to the highest bidder. He wanted to create a platform that allowed people to be producers as well as their own consumers. The first item sold was a broken laser pointer, which sold for $14.83. Auction Web was soon generating $10,000 a month, but the site's large traffic also prompted an increase in web hosting fees, leading him to leave his day job and begin keeping a percentage of each transaction to fund the site that would become eBay. Yeah, you used to have to pay to list items on there. I don't know if that's still a thing now, but yeah, again like eBay. 96 Space Jam. Website used to promote the 1996 movie Space Jam. Included games, colouring books, quizzes, and even a 360-degree tour of the Jordan Dome. A ragtag group of 5 New York City-based designers and producers were charged with creating the movie's website. Most executives at Warner headquarters in California didn't understand or particularly care about the internet, giving the team free rein to experiment with little oversight. The 5-person team initially didn't know HTML and had to purchase the book Teach Yourself Web Publishing with HTML in 14 days to get started. Jesus. Dancing Baby, here we go. I'll remember this as well. One of the earliest internet memes, Dancing Baby, was the unintentional result of a plug-in demo for 3D Studio Max. This is like the first 3D animation, by the way. That would animate two-legged creatures, creating by applying the plugin's cha-cha dance animation to the first 3D model of a baby. The resulting animation was first discarded for being too disturbing. The animation found a second life when it was recreated from the same files and posted as a GIF to CompuServe forum. It's found its way into a company-wide emails and exploded in popularity after being set to the song Hooked on a Feeling. It became endlessly remixed and even appeared as a hallucination on the show Ally McBeal. That is funny. McDonald's page, Jesus Christ, that's what it looks like. The first McDonald's homepage featuring a McTrivia quiz, jingles and interactive world tour. Websites are so fun back in the day, wasn't they? McDonald's.com was originally purchased by Joshua Critter, a writer for Wired, who was researching a story on a domain squatting. When he realised McDonald's.com was available, so he reached out to McDonald's Media Relations to ask why they haven't bought it, only to discover that nobody at McDonald's seemed to understand the internet. He told the company that they could reach him at ronald@mcdonalds.com if they ever wanted the domain, which they eventually did. Yep. McDonald's, own McDonald's. Apple homepage. The earliest surviving copy of Apple's homepage from 1996. During its most turbulent time, Apple was grappling with an all-time low financially, resulting in widespread layoffs and loss of faith among shareholders and customers alike. Later that year, Apple decided to acquire the company Next and its operating system for $429 million, bringing Steve Jobs back into Apple for the first time since 1987. Steve Jobs was good. Like, the guy who runs it now is he's just overcharging for stuff now. Beanie Babies. Beanie Babies was an internet sensation created by Ty Warner in 1993. The plush animals were priced between $5 and $7 and slightly overstuffed with plastic pellets, or understuffed. The plushies were only sold in specialty shops and used different characters were frequently retired, making them highly collectible. The website's URL was placed on the hang tags of the Beanie Babies, an unusual move of the time at the time, but one that paid off. The mania began when a group of suburban mums near Chicago started calling stores nationwide to track down the rarest characters. By May 1997, Beanie Babies accounted for 6% of eBay's total annual sales, $500 million, before the bubble finally burst at the turn of the millennium, and then Furby came in. Heaven's Gate are the religious cult. Heaven's Gate was a UFO-centric cult that believed that salvation lay in departing the planet aboard an airship, comprised mainly of computer programmers. The group operated a cutting-edge website design firm called Higher Source that offered a wide range of services. On March 26, 1997, the 29 members ended their lives, convinced that the Parson-Hale-Bopp comet concealed a spaceship. Since then, their space-themed website has remained frozen in time, featuring a star-dotted background and a final message proclaiming that our 22 years of classroom here on the planet Earth is finally coming to a conclusion. Damn. And that's the website right there. Cults. Pepsi World. In 1996, Pepsi launched its first website, Pepsi World, featuring the website design that was cutting edge for its time. The site explained that it aimed to rev up the nerve center of your imagination to a degree never before experienced. The chaotic site featured a series of flash mini-games in a section called Lab Rats. It also, for some reason, hosted a section devoted entirely to astrology and dedicated an entire page to promoting Shagrill O'Neill's new album, You Can't Stop the Begin. 1997, the first emoji set. Japanese companies took the first steps in the late 1990s to develop emojis for mobile device. The first set of 90 emojis was released by J-Phone, now SoftBank Mobile, on the Skywalker DP211SW phone in November 1997. The phone did not sell well, and the emojis could only be shared between users of that specific model, limiting their spread. Despite the sluggish start, a later version of SoftBank's emoji set became the foundation for Apple's emojis that appeared with the release of iOS 2 in 2008, and that led to the standardization of Unicode in 2010. The year 2000 bug. Early computer programs only stored the last 2 digits of the year to save on expensive storage space. With the year 2000 approaching, It was a frenzied effort to fix the problems that would break when a new millennium started. That's the thing, because it was like 99 and then it just rolls back to 00. So people thought, oh shit, the world's going to end. Alarmists predicted the failing banks, plummeting airplanes, and nuclear plant disasters. Some people stockpiled gas masks and food to cushion against a potential financial crisis. The Federal Reserve pumped an extra 50 billion into circulation, but when the new year rolled around, the world breathed a collective sigh of relief as the proactive work of programmers has paid off, averting widespread catastrophes. Yeah, that was a complete waste of money trying to fix it. I mean, yeah, some problems did happen, but they was mostly minor. But yeah, we're still alive. Ask Jeeves, appearing in 1997, I remember Jeeves as well. Ask Jeeves was revolutionised search by allowing users to make queries with natural language. Co-founded by Garrett Gunnar and David Warren, the duo started with a $250,000 and named the site after P.G. Woodhouse, all-knowing butler. The search engine rapidly gained traction, handling over 1 million queries daily within 2 years of launching. Bloody popular. Unlike traditional search engines, Ask Jeeves used semantical analysis to sort questions into one of about 10,000 basic templates. A team of human reviewers circulated and verified the responses, ensuring the database remained up to date. Well, now we've got AI to answer all of our questions, and Google. There we are, 1998. Hamster Dance. Created by that person, a 37-year-old art student and martial arts instructor from British Columbia. The GeoCities webpage has a tribute to her pet hamster, affectionately dubbed Hampton Hamster. I remember that hamster. The page was created as part of a competition to see whose website could garner the most views between her friends and sister. By the end of 1999, an estimated 17 million people has visited the page. The site's popularity spawned a wave of limitators, including websites featuring hamster, dancing fish, cows, and amoebas. The official Dancing Hamster song was released in 2000 and reached 1 on the Canadian charts. That was amazing. I remember the hamster dance. It's good. Google homepage. Originally called Backrub, Google began as a research project by Stanford PhD students Larry Page and something Brun, aimed at crawling the 10 million websites on the web at the time. 10 million websites already. In March 1996, they pointed the crawler at Stanford's webpage and let it crawl the internet from there. Their main breakthrough was the PageRank algorithm, which measured the quantity and quality of links to and from a site. The duo quickly realized their search results outperformed existing engines like AstaVista and Exit. Working initially from their dorm rooms, and they continuously expanded the search. At one point, consuming nearly half the Stanford's network bandwidth. Oh Jesus! Mind you, Google is the ultimate search engine now. It's ridiculous how that's good. Napster, oh God, I remember this as well. Founded by 19-year-old Sean Fanning, Napster was a revolutionary peer-to-peer service that allowed users to share MP3s. Fanning's conceived the idea in his dorm room at Northwestern University after hearing his roommate complain about dead MP3 links. By 2000, Napster had grown to more than 20 million users with about 14,000 songs downloaded every minute. Napster's rapid rise terrified the music industry. Well, we got Spotify for that now, and Pirate Bay. The RIAA, or Record Industries Association of America, started suing individuals for downloading songs from Napster. Metallica was the first individual band to sue, with Dr. Dre following soon after. The legal onslaught led Napster ceasing operations in 2001. Again, Napster was like really good. It's like, shame it went. Netflix homepage in 1999? Eh? I thought Netflix started in 2006. With fewer than 500,000 DVD players sold worldwide, Netflix was launched in 1998. With an initial library of more than 900 movies, they were able to target early adopters of DVDs, since most video stores didn't stock them yet. The idea for Netflix came while co-founders Reed Hastings and Mark Randolph were carpooling. They initially thought of letting people rent VHS tapes online, but VHS were too expensive and delicate to ship. With a few months later, they read about a new format called DVD and dusted off the idea. They mailed a UCD to Hastings' home and realized the idea couldn't work as it arrived intact. When it arrived intact. That's the thing. I was like, Netflix, seriously. Like, seriously, I didn't know it was that old. Zombo.com. Zombo.com is a website where you can do anything. The only limit is yourself. Welcome. Created by Josh Levine in late 1999, the site was a parody of the flashy and pointless introductions in a web design during the era. When visitors land on Zombo.com, they were greeted with a simple blinking pinwheel and a deep voice that lavishes them with promises of limitless possibilities. The Guardian labelled it as the least useful website on the internet. Alright, let's hear it.
Welcome to Zombo.com. This is Zombo.com. Welcome. This is Zombo.com.
Oh my god, it keeps going. Thank you. There you go. Okay, Guide to Electronic Music 2000. Created by Kenneth Taylor, also known as Guide to the Electronic Music, was an interactive flash-based guide to electronic music from the 90s. I told a friend I could categorize any electronic music genre with an 8-bar radius. He dared me to prove it, so I did, he would later say. Launched in October 2000, he built the site in just 2 weeks, with the majority of his time spent looking through his vast collection of MP3s for the perfect samples. New versions of the guide were created over time, with new subgenres and tracks to be added with each release. Yes, because people are nuts. Homestar Runner. I think I did. Do I remember this? I can't remember. A iconic flash animated series, Homestar Runner took the internet by storm in the early 2000s, charming viewers with its unique humour and memorable characters, created by Mike and Matt Chapman, also known as the Brother Chaps. The series originally started as a parody of a children's book. The website's popularity soared with the introduction of the Strong Bad email series, a feature where the character Strong Bad responds to emails from his fans. The interactive element captured the potential of the internet at the time, and segments grew so popular that they were eventually released on DVD. Damn. How long have I been recording for? Like 40 minutes. Oh my god, Jesus Christ. Alright, right, I'm just gonna like go through these quickly then. Wikipedia was in 2000, yeah. We like Wikipedia. Helicopter game, 2002. I'm not going to read the descriptions anymore because this has gone for, like, for 40 bloody minutes. Friendster, I've never heard of it, but that was in 2003 and created by like Mark. Attracted notable early users like Mark Zuckerberg. That's interesting. That probably turned into Facebook then. MySpace Tom. This is when MySpace was the thing. I was on MySpace. MySpace was amazing, by the way. That was in 2003. Facebook, or the Facebook, Jesus Christ. Yeah, 2004. Yeah, amazing. It was like, Facebook was always good. It's like over 20 years now. I mean, yeah, Facebook is pretty shit now, but it used to be like really good. Club Penguin. Yep. Club Penguin 2006. You wouldn't steal a car. Oh god, the PSA. Jesus Christ. In 2004, an American yeah, this is like, oh, you wouldn't steal, like, oh, don't pirate films. Oh my god, it's bad. People did it anyway. Now it's in 2004. The Numa Numa, yep, 2004. Again, a classic, a hood classic. $1 Million Home Page. Oh Jesus Christ, that's a mess. 2005. Never heard of it. Me at the Zoo, the first ever YouTube video from 2005 when YouTube was created. Reddit homepage in 2005. I thought like Reddit was created in 2010 though. I'm not quite sure. There's a lot of weird people on Reddit, by the way. The Ultimate Showdown. Never heard of it, but that was 2005. The first tweet was in March 2006. And, yep, Twitter is old. It's now X now. Line Rider, I do remember this. I haven't played it, but I remember seeing it. That was in 2006. The Impossible Quiz, 2007. Internet Communicator, 2007. Oh, okay. That was like the first iPhone, I believe. That was it. That was it. Yeah, I had to skim through the ones in the end. Because I've been recording for so long, I didn't realise I was recording for so long. So yeah, this is going to be a standalone video. There ain't going to be any more ones here. But on Wednesday, I'm going to be playing some more of the games on here. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time.